One of the most profound things I've learned in my life is that it's actually not about my hair at all. I've spent a lifetime trying to cover up who I am. And as much as I love a good external transformation, and I do, I much more love a heart transformation. Join me as I share how I work to heal my heart, find happiness, and embrace our hair. Hello, and welcome back to the It's Not About Your Hair podcast, where we're talking all things hair, heart, and happiness. Hey, let's go. Listen, you guys, by the time you tune into this, I am likely going to be in Italy. I think you would say ciao. The only Italian thing I can say, and I'm going to mess this up. So we had an exchange daughter who lived with us for a year from Italy. She lived in Rome. And I tried Duolingo for about 2 weeks. And so I can say, El beve l'acqua. I need some water. And I don't even say that right. She tells me very much I do not say this right. I am so excited because this is a series in the podcast as well as the newsletter on confidence and exploring your dreams and moving forward even when you don't know what to do. I have wanted to go to Italy forever, specifically since our exchange daughter came. God, was it 3 or 4 years ago that she was here? And I started a savings account called Italy then to take my family because I thought, how could we have this beautiful girl live with us for a whole year in our house and in our environment and everything she would tell us, Mama Cassie, this is not real pizza. Mama Cassie, this is not good. And I wanted to experience her life and the things that she eats. And I just wanted to be honest, I wanted to see the Colosseum and walk the streets of Rome that the disciple Paul walked. And I wanted to see the Basilica. And I don't know, I just wanted to do this. But a million things got in my way. First of all, every time I would try to book it with my whole family. So finally raised enough money, which you think money is the biggest hurdle, right? Not raised enough money, people didn't crowdfund it, but saved enough money to take my entire family. And then we couldn't all get on the same page. Someone was a senior, then someone was graduating, then someone was in their master's program, then someone couldn't miss school, then summer wasn't the right time. And so I was getting a little bummed out, like perhaps we're never gonna go, and my exchange daughter, Brittany, had been back to America twice and we still hadn't been there and I felt bad. And I've been afraid to fly. So I've overcome that fear of flying, you guys. But this last flight to Colorado Springs, so I fly quite often now. And you wouldn't believe it. If 5 years ago you would have known me, I was so spooky on an airplane, you would hope to goodness sake you weren't sitting next to me. And now I very rarely, don't even really get nervous, but I still hadn't got up and gone to the bathroom on a plane. Just hadn't. I have an irrational fear about unexpected turbulence and being covered in urine. That just is like TMI, but also the goddamn truth. I don't want to be on a flight and get bumped up and then pee on myself. I know, TMI, it's part of me. But this last flight, when I was teaching in Colorado Springs, I made the commitment to myself to get up and to also sit on an aisle seat. Because when I fly to Italy, I have to sit on an aisle seat, which I was deathly afraid of. Isn't it funny how we'll come this far, but then we still hold on to these superstitions or these things but I have to have a little bit of control of this, or I have to be in control of that. Well, we're really not in control of anything, you guys. And then so what happened with Rome is I've been in this business coaching group online. It's such a long story, but this is how God opens all these doors. I hired a personal online helper, help me create courses and all these things. And through her, I met Jody from Escape to Elevate and had taken an online course with Jody and was really trying to grow my brand, but I don't really know how. I've been very fortunate that I'm just consistent. This is why I think consistency over time matters too. Consistent with being myself online, but I wanted more than that. I really want to pivot into this area of education and being an educator and growing the podcast and really knowing what that vision looks like. I've had a vision for where I'm at, but not a clear vision for how to get into this space. And so I started taking some classes, and she does these retreats, Escape to Elevate, where you get to go and be in an intensive mastermind group for 5 days and really grow your brand. And a last minute opening opened up for October, and I immediately started telling myself the reasons that I couldn't go. Even though it's been on my vision board, I have the money, I've saved. Actually, if we're talking business too, this is 100% a business write-off, because I'm going for work to grow my business, to be surrounded by like-minded and brilliant-minded women who are going to help me to see how we take things to the next level. And it just seemed like, why would I say no? And then I got in my head, because I started thinking about, what about the way the world is? You know, this is the fear. And I'm not saying that the world is in a certain way, but are we going to quit doing everything because of fear of the unknown? Because literally, as we said before, everything is unknown. And then I went back to my core confidence, my core values is that God knew me before he formed me, that he's set this path for me. In every single place I've gone, you guys, for curly hair, there's been a message of hope, either for me or for someone else. It hasn't been just about hair. It's been about community and faith and building my confidence and my assurance that God is involved in all things. And so even going to Italy, I started getting in my head, because it's the year of Jubilee, and I Googled it, and that means Rome is already the #1 most touristed place in the world. Well, you add the year of Jubilee, they say 30 million more people. So then I started getting in my head, oh, I can't go this time. And anyways, I got out of the way, and I said, Lord, is this where I'm supposed to be? Is this the next step for me? And I had gotten my passport a year ago with hopes that I would do this, and then been sitting on it. So all things were ready. And I just said yes. I said yes, afraid again. I said yes because it was in alignment with things that had already been put in my heart. I said yes because the opportunity to be 40 minutes from my exchange daughter and to be able to spend an extra 3 days with her was too good to pass up. Where are you missing out because you're too afraid of the what ifs? You guys, I don't know what today is when I'm filming this podcast, but let's say I'm 20 days out from this trip. I should know way more than I do about where I'm going and what I'm doing, but I'm just trusting. One of the biggest things I think that God's taught me in the last couple of years is to be present, to not think of everything as a once in a lifetime, or to think of everything as a once in a lifetime, I guess is better. Like this moment today. Don't waste today binge watching television and scrolling your phone. You have a once in a lifetime opportunity to be alive today, whatever day it is, whatever month it is, whatever year it is. What do you have to do today that's of value and important for the world? What is the impact that you're going to make? And if it's just overcoming a little bit of fear, one step at a time, but you have to take the one step. So for me, the one step was figuring out how to believe in myself. And that took a lot of work, 12 years of therapy to be exact, of believing that I was unworthy of love. And a lot of evidence in my life would point to that if I want to look at that. And so I want to encourage you with that too. Sometimes our family of origin are not the people that are going to speak life into us. And I need to say that because it's a struggle I've had my whole life, and it's held me back my whole life, and maybe it's holding you back. Stop looking for people who can't love you the way you need to be loved, and start looking for the ones who are willing to. And then do the work. Don't let the people who can't love you right hold you back from the world you're supposed to be a part of. I am so excited that we as human beings get to vision and dream, believe, manifest, pray, surrender our lives. The Bible says that our lives are but a vapor. So if it's a vapor, what is the impact? What's the thing? And I used to be like, well, I've just got to get through this flight. But now I even look at the flight, like, what's the opportunity on the flight? Who's the person I'm supposed to meet on the flight? What am I supposed to learn on the flight? Is it the bathroom break that I finally took? Is it the person sitting next to me? Is it the calming down of somebody in line who's freaked out? Like, what is it? Is it how I respond to the delay? All of life is teaching us lessons, and we have to decide if they're opening us up to a new portal of awesomeness, or if they're shutting you down, locking you up, and keeping you hostage in your bad, weird, ugly mindsets. I know that was harsh. But confidence, that's what we are moving forward in. Confidence through little steps. Remember, confidence is the faith in someone or something. So sometimes we know a skill, but we don't have the confidence to activate that skill. I'm going to ask you to start believing in yourself. What are you supposed to be doing? And pray for me as I'm traveling abroad and I have a 10.5-hour flight home, that I get up and use the potty, my land, and that we keep moving forward, one foot in front of the other. And sometimes confidence is simple things as getting outside of your head and getting into, I used to say I don't know how to cook. It's been on my bucket list for the last month to try a new recipe every week. Guess what? I can follow a freaking recipe. Like, stop limiting yourself. I'm so sick of it. I'm sick of it for myself, and I'm sick of it for you. We deserve more. So I'm glad you tuned in this week. And I hope you come back. I hope you subscribe to the newsletter. Remember, bossthecurlboss.com. Get in on it. It's a weekly newsletter with a curl tip, a curly hair tip, and usually a thought about some way that we can grow and expand. This month, it's all confidence, and there's a little coupon in the monthly newsletter this month that's like too good to pass up. I can't tell you everything, but get a part of it. Join the group. And as always, I'm so happy you're here. You're worthy of love, and you're quite spectacular. I guess this is where I ask you to subscribe to my channel, to follow me on social, and to listen wherever podcasts can be found. And join me every Tuesday at 2 as we unpack how to heal your hair, your heart, and your happiness.